Hi guys, so we are back again for Simple Solutions. We're looking at lesson 38. And today we're going to be reading about the French and Indian War, which is something we'll get to after winter break, but here's a little introduction to it. Okay, so we have a map here. This is what's now North America, United States here, Canada, Mexico. But if you look at the key at the time, different European countries owned different parts of this land. So down here was owned by the Spanish. So when you go to a lot of these countries in Mexico and South America, they're going to be speaking Spanish because this was Spanish-owned territory. Okay, then the British had land, the French had land, but if you notice this little diagonal striped section, here's where we get into some conflict. This was land claimed by the French and the British, okay? Two countries can't own the same piece of land, so keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, in 1707, Scotland united with England, and the two countries together became known as Great Britain. The people of England were called the British. During the 1700s, two countries, Great Britain and France, were involved in a series of war with each other. There were conflicts where both countries wanted control of the same land. One example involved French trading posts that were located north and west of the English colonies. When British colonists began exploring there, they moved into territory already claimed by France. Another area of conflict was the Ohio River Valley, land much prized by both countries. George Washington, the young soldier from Virginia, led a small army to push the French out of the Ohio River Valley. The French also moved into areas claimed by England. But in 1753, Washington and his men established Fort Necessity on the western reaches of the Pennsylvania colony. French settlers attacked the fort. The French defeated George Washington and his army, but the skirmish, or fight, at Fort Necessity did not end the conflict. In 1754, England officially declared war on France. This became known as the French and Indian War. Okay, so number one, the main idea of this passage is A, Great Britain and France often fought over control of the same land. Okay, so number two, we have cause and effect. So because both England and France wanted control of the same territory, in 1754, England officially declared war on France. Okay. Number three, what happened in 1753 at Fort Necessity? Okay. And what we're going to put here is A, George Washington and the French fought a battle. Number four, which two words mean about the same as skirmish? So if you go back to the text, they already give us one synonym for skirmish. They said that it means fight. So a word that means something similar to fight here would also be battle. So battle and fight mean about the same as skirmish. All right, last thing we have here, vocabulary. So we need to match each term with the clue. So A says how high above sea level an area is. That's going to be your elevation. B, north, south, east, and west. Those are our cardinal directions. Okay. C, an area that gets very little rain. That, of course, is a desert. All right. A foothill, another word for a foothill is a Piedmont. E, what happens because of something else? That's a consequence. And F, a geographic area having similar weather over time is a climate zone. So for your vocabulary, guys, you should have had F, D, E, A, C, and B.